Hello. Tonight, our video is on literal equations. One definition of literal equations are equations that have more than one variable. So here we have an example of an equation that is considered a literal equation. And we're going to solve this equation, which happens to be a standard form equation for a line. We're going to solve this for the letter y, for the variable y. That will allow us to put this into slope-intercept form. Okay, so in order to do that, since I've picked out my variable that I'm solving for, that means I need to isolate it. So my first step would be to get rid of the 2x by subtracting it from both sides. Here, let me get a thicker pen here. Okay, all right, so subtracting 2x from both sides will eliminate the variable x from the left side of the equation and leave 3y equals, and then on the right side we'll have negative 2x and then the 12. Next, I'm not completely solved for the variable y because the coefficient is not a positive 1. So I need to divide by 3. That means I need to divide the other side by 3. Both terms. That would leave y on the left. Then I'll have negative 2/3 x plus, now 12 divided by 3 can be written as 4. And that's it. I've solved this literal equation for y. Okay, this equation is for the area of a triangle. And let's say that I needed to know the height of this certain triangle. So I want to solve this equation for h. Well, to do that, that means I need to get rid of the 1/2 and the b. Now this side of the equation here, this is 1/2 times base times height. So to undo multiplication, we would divide, right? So to get that b to the other side, I would divide by b. And to get the 1/2 to the other side, I would divide by 1/2. But whenever we divide with fractions, remember that we end up multiplying by reciprocal. So instead of dividing by 1/2, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Okay, so multiplying by 2 cancels the half. Okay, so now I have h by itself. So to find the height of the triangle, that would equal 2 times a divided by b. Okay, here is the area formula for a trapezoid. All right, so let's say that again, we're going to solve for h. All right, well that means I got to get rid of all this stuff. Well, let's get rid of the 1/2 like we did before. We'll multiply both sides by 2. That will cancel out the half. And now I need to get rid of this whole parenthesis, base 1 plus base 2. So let's divide both sides by the sum of b1 plus b2. And I've done it. On the left side, I'll have 2 times a over b1 plus b2. Okay, all of that will equal the height of the trapezoid. All right, so here we have the surface area of a cylinder formula. And let's say that we're solving for r, okay? All right, so that means I need to remove the 2, the pi, and the h. Now this is all multiplication, so to remove them, I would divide both sides by 2 and by pi and by h. So that would give me the height would equal area divided by 2 times pi times h. Oh, excuse me. Not h. R. All right. So the radius would be equal to its area, its surface area, divided by 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by h. All right, so literal equations are simply equations with more than one variable, and sometimes we're asked to solve for one of the particular variables, and so we just undo what's being done to it to get it by itself. All right, so we're going to put this into practice when we change standard form equations into slope-intercept equations, just like our first example on tonight's homework. Read some books.